What is up, my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and I help people normally navigate through their awakening process. And today, I have a special guest, my wife, Pattie, and we get a lot of people reaching out to us who are very interested in finding their soulmate, and there are patterns that we recognize. And this video is going to be a compilation of the 3 most common blocks, as we perceive it, that people are doing that is preventing them from attracting something they want so badly, which is their soulmate. I would like to preface this video by admitting that we are not soulmate experts. I'm not sure there is such a thing. And I also don't believe you have to do things perfectly to find your soulmate and get what you want in life. We certainly didn't. There were some things we did that made a massive difference, but we were not completely resolved beings when we finally met each other, okay? Anyways, number 1, a pattern I see among a lot of people who are trying to find their soulmate is that they have unresolved relationship issues. Oftentimes, they're at a time in their life where it's coming to the forefront, sort of making the desire for a soulmate, what they perceive to be the solution, even more strong, which is why they kind of reach out of that desperation. And in a sense, they're close. It's because those unresolved issues are coming up to be released so that you can find the soulmate. But that has to happen first. The soulmate will not be a solution to the pain. The resolving of the pain has to happen first, and the soulmate will just be kind of a given.
Yeah.
Nothing to say?
No, I think that you hit it on the head.
Okay,
right
we'll
there
move
with
on.
that.
We'll move on.
I don't know if I can add anything to that.
Okay. Number 2 is the desire can in fact block what you want.
Yes.
There's a fine line between wanting something and needing something.
Right.
And when you need something, which is an illusion, you don't need anything. You are whole now. But when you're in pain and you think you need something, then you're basically saying to the universe, I want an experience that's going to teach me that I don't actually need anything and I'm already complete and whole now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll say something in number 3.
Well, no, I think stop. I think that's a really important thing because so many people think that once they meet their soulmate, they will be complete. And it's not that way. So when you need to meet your soulmate because you're feeling like you're not whole, you just don't realize what you intrinsically are as a human being and the capability that you have. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think that's a really important thing to really become aware of the difference between needing to meet your soulmate and wanting to meet your soulmate, and then just bringing that into your life and into your awareness. And then once you want and let go of the need, then it comes into your life.
Mm-hmm. Number 3 is conditioned beliefs. A lot of times we have rigid expectations that we think are important to us, but in actuality, it's not important to us. And that can block it sort of blocks all the potential cool soulmates from entering your life that don't fit that rigid sort of template you have, right?
Right. Yeah, like a lot of people think that creating a vision board of the type of person that they want is the best way to go about it. And that's one way to go about it. But sometimes if you're not open to the possibility that the idea of what your mind thinks you want and what the universe and what your soul knows is right for you, they might not be the same. And so you have to be open to the idea that your mind's not correct, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
You were going to say?
Yeah, I think a vision board can be helpful, but going on the core message of what she said, a vision board is great, or even like listing characteristics of what you want. It's good to put it out there, but what's important to do is focus on the state of being it cultivates within you. Maybe you feel like, oh, like you get all like excited when you think about a guy with brown hair and light eyes, and he's at a certain age and he's real muscular, and you feel a certain way. That's okay. Focus on the feeling and then drop the avatar you put out there, because you might have someone else that doesn't fit that avatar create those feelings and even a greater depth of them.
Right. Yes, for sure.
And then also, this always comes to mind. I used to train her brother for like a whole year. I trained him, and he was always like getting really depressed around like Valentine's Day and like birthdays, and I'd almost feel bad about like saying, "Oh, it's my wife's anniversary, our anniversary today," because she was just so like he'd get so depressed about it. But then I'd be like, "Dude, Chris, why don't you go out there and get on a dating site or something?" "Oh, I don't like dating sites." And he's sort of like, he boxed himself in to a situation where it was very unlikely that he was going to meet somebody in his little world that he created for himself,
right,
because of those definitions.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a really great example, because you can't just say, I'm going to make a vision board and I'm going to put it out there to the universe and
never leave my apartment.
And I'm not going to do anything to actively seek that out. You actually have to put work in. It's just following what feels right in that moment. And, when we met, I wasn't really even open to the idea of a relationship, but he spoke, you spoke to me, and I got the feeling of, I'm going to follow through with this, even though my mind was like, well, you have a boyfriend, don't do that. But the feeling in my soul was so strong that I couldn't deny that.
Yeah, and because you had I would say a relaxed enough, her definitions were relaxed enough so that feeling, the intuition overruled them. But some people, it's the opposite. They're too bound to their definitions, and then even though they have those feelings, they're drowned out by
their mind.
Nope. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, you really need to be open,
be willing to be open, and be willing to
take action when necessary.
That's sort of a separate thing, but yeah, I think it's no, that's okay. That's true.
For me, that was the same, but I guess it's different for everyone. So,
just breathe here. Number 4 is to love yourself.
I thought we were only doing 3.
There'll be a bonus. We wanted to add one more, and that is to love yourself. And people hear that, and it's like easier said than done to love yourself. Most of us have such strong conditioning that causes us to do a lot of things unconsciously that are the opposite of that self-love. But you can sort of start to overrule that with little conscious decisions to do things that are loving. And I'll give a small example. As I mentioned in a few previous videos, I had this thing, a mole on my head that I thought might be cancer, and I went for a whole week thinking there's a good chance I have cancer. The doctor even seemed like he was leaning that way. And it's not, I'm fine. But what I noticed the other day when I was taking a shower at the gym is I was like massaging my head in a way where I was sending myself loving energy. It was something that didn't take any extra time. I was in the shower anyways, and instead of just being in my thoughts, I was like, I just took a moment to send myself good intentions, good love, because I know that I'm hard on myself a lot. And so when I take advantage of those few moments where I'm awake, and then I consciously do loving things for myself, as simple as that. So just understanding that your soulmate is going to be a reflection of how you feel about yourself. And those relationship issues, going back to that can be kind of a pain, but that's helping you rebuild that relationship with yourself. And if you can curb your desire and look within and resolve what's being brought to your attention, and take those few moments to consciously love yourself more, you will find that a soulmate will just be there. It won't be something you struggled to get. It can just happen that way, and that's how it happened for us.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, my friends, I thank you for watching. We will see you in another video. Have an amazing day. Peace.